Okay. Are you guys ready?
I suppose so.
Okay. Previously, you guys. Okay, sorry, I'm reading Discord. Previously, you guys completed some quests. You you went back to the town of Phandelver, where you guys had gathered in order to prepare to head off on your next adventure. So right now we are short Z, who plays Locke, and he will arrive shortly. So what is it you guys want to do?
Well, I know that I need to go to the tailor's.
I'm currently being lathered as I'm taking a bath from my previous night's outing in the mud pit. Hmm. Also hogging up something.
So, Max, where can I go and get some fabric?
Fabric. I think the best place to find fabric will be at Barthen's Provisions.
Well, that's where I'm gonna head then.
Okay. And as described before, you head into Barthen's Provisions, and standing at the counter is the owner himself. His two younger children kind of running around, putting up items and unpacking boxes and sweeping up hay that's on the floor and putting it back in the boxes the goods arrived in, things like that.
I'll walk up to him and just ask him if he has any rags.
He pulls up a box and sits it on the counter. And inside that box is all sorts of different rags, dirty, clean, all mixed together.
I'd like to go through it and find 10 lengths of rags that would actually be very easy to light on fire.
Well, there's some silk, some wool, some, cotton. I'm not sure which one's the most flammable, but you're probably easily able to pick out, the ones you think would do the best.
All right, and how much would the 10 be?
So you're buying 10 scraps of cloth, essentially, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. He tells you it'll be, hang on. Tells you 3 silver.
Isn't that a bit expensive for rags?
He replies, I'm just trying to make some money. Tell you what, give me 1. We'll call it a deal.
I'll give him 1.
He takes the 1.
All right. Also, lantern oil. Just a small thing of it.
That has an actual price. Hang on. I don't know how much lantern oil is.
Probably just use oil. Sorry.
Oh, 1 silver piece. He has them. He has some for you.
All right, I'll take some of that too.
Very well. Is there anything else, bird?
Where can I get herbs?
For cooking?
Poison.
He looks at you with a questionable gaze. He kind of peers at you and he says, "Well, who the hell would sell poisonous herbs? Nobody in this town."
Okay, muscle relaxant.
Oh, well, that's what you want. He says he doesn't sell anything like that.
Any idea who does?
Yeah, I'm looking over the map and information real quick. He says he's not familiar with anyone who would sell anything like that around Phandelver.
Do you have a pestle and mortar?
He points at the shelf, and there one sits.
How much?
Hang on. Trying to look it up. Okay, I can't find it. 5 silver.
Okay, I'll do that. And with that, I'm going to ask if there's any, like, poison ivy, poison oak, anything like that around the area.
He says you're welcome to look. He doesn't know of any, spot to get anything like that.
All right. How about a pair of gloves?
He points at the clothing section.
How much are the gloves?
30 copper a pair.
I'll take one pair. And with that, I will leave the shop, and I'm going to go and see if I can't find any poisonous or dangerous plants.
Okay. Roll a survival check. Unfortunately, you're only able to find, dandelions and things that appear as though they're not going to do what you need them to do.
So I find like strawberries and different things, and I'm like, holy crap, these
Yeah.
are the most dangerous berries ever.
You find
Okay,
you find in particular a blueberry bush. Okay, and on this blueberry bush, all the blueberries are blue, but there is one blueberry that is half red and half blue.
I will start picking every single berry, thinking that it's some kind of a poisonous berry.
You do
And
just
then-
that.
You fall asleep. A deep.
You could add
sleep.
33 blueberries and one half blue and half red blueberry to your inventory.
All right.
Oh, there's my d20. I couldn't find it. I wanted to roll the dice, but I found it.
I am going to start. Start putting them into my pestle and mortar and grinding them up, trying to make a poisonous serum. And then I'm going to fill up one of my vials with the dangerous concoction.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you easily have a vial of blueberry.
How many blueberries does it take to do that?
We'll say explosive contact. We'll say you're able to create 3 vials out of those 33 blueberries.
Okay. And I leave the one half one. Just like, oh, if I ever get captured, I will take this and I will die.
I'm gonna hide this under a fake tooth.
Okay. And with that, I will head back into town.
Okay. Well done. Rogan, you said you were washing all the mud off, the thoughts of the evening before still on your mind of a man died in your presence. Possibly.
Totally deserves it. And it's washing. Get back. Ears. Get the hair. One strand at a time. Every single strand. Carefully. Precisely. And then he just dunks his head out. And then he just does it messily again. And then he goes, shakes his body a bit, and the water evaporates. Day in life broken. But yeah, he washes up.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what we can do cause mischief. I'm a bit bored. So let's see here. Where's that bird? Hey, bird. And he just like walks out mysteriously knowing his whereabouts. Like somehow in the middle of the center of the town. Hey.
I'll cock my head over to him and I'll just be going, trying to find poisonous plants. You?
Hey, what? Shady, do you have those vials on you? Like, are they visible?
Yes, they are. They're right on my sash.
Well, if you want a poison, well, dwarves have resistance. Here, give some. We'll see if it can stand up to my dwarvish constitution.
I will hand him one of the vials and I'll be like, be very careful.
Careful? Me? Downs it.
And all at once, the flavors, the natural aroma, essentially the flavor of the earth around you hits your palate all at once. And at first, it's a sour, a seeping sour flavor hits your tongue, and then it's followed by a sweet flavor. And then remarkably, suddenly you have thoughts of homemade blueberry pie. And as you close your eyes and you wait for this poison to be deflected by your dwarvish wits, all you can think about is the smell of a bakery and blueberry pie.
Got some more? Yeah, I need some more for extra dosage.
And it might need more sugar.
Here, just give me the 3. I'll be able to tell. Yeah, actually, give me the 2.
I just hand them to him and I'm just like, I want the vials back, you know.
Okay, he just down some too.
Can he make a will save? See if he's just like,
You know what? Roll hang on.
Wisdom, Constitution.
Yeah, roll oh my god, I don't even know. Hang on, I know what I want to see if it happens. Do Constitution.
Charisma?
No,
Okay,
do Constitution, yeah.
There we go. No, not so good. Not so funny.
On the second one, he got diabetes.
And then he cured it, the third one.
On the second one, so as you eat it, you feel, it's almost, what's that called when, like, if oh my god, I forgot what the term for it is. There's a medical term for it. Like when somebody else is exhibiting symptoms in a group, they think that they have the same symptoms because you're expecting it to be poison. you start feeling the symptoms as if this is a strong, potent poison that this bird made, and you start to feel woozy for a second, and your knees feel a little bit weaker for that moment, and you feel something in your gut just churning about.
It's the placebo effect.
That's the one. Yeah.
I need another. Come on. Down's the last one. Oh, snap one.
And then suddenly you feel much better.
It's a healing potion.
My God, he's a druggie.
And he like stumbles off for a bit, and then he like stumbles back for a bit, returns the vial, is like, if you find me some more, pop them over here. I'll make sure they're poisonous. And just heads off in his own like wild direction.
Did I accidentally make a drug addict?
It's possible.
And he just like stumbles through town a bit and clambers over.
And as you clamber over the wall, you land at the feet of a woman, and she's looking down at you. She says, "Hello, sir. Are you okay?"
Yes.
Oh my. Are you? Oh, you don't look so good. Are you? Well, forgive me. This is pertinent. I must ask. Are you part of the adventuring group who got rid of the ruffians?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hang on. I mean, she kind of like helps kind of like roll you to your back so she can like see you easier because you're laying down by her. She's kind of like looking down on you, and she's like, "Oh my, how many blueberries did you eat?"
Not enough.
Oh, you've had plenty. Not that they're poisonous in this area, but they have. Well, if you eat too many. Oh my, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, I was wondering if I could pay for your guys' assistance.
Wait, what? Hey, man. And he like suddenly clambers out of his stupor, and then he like falls back a bit, and then he just looks up. Okay, what do you need?
Well, you look much better. And she says, "Well, I own a house up in the woods to the north a little bit there, and I seem to have been evicted."
Evicted?
Yeah,
who?
some not so pleasant, a large hairy creature. And some of his goblin friends had came into the home and said that they owned the place, and it was given to them by their master.
The master? You know who?
Oh, they didn't say. I ran out the back door as fast as possible, and then I came right here. And as you like look over her, you realize that her clothes are very dirty. It looks like she may have been rained on once. Like it. Just clearly, she's traveling into town when you ran into her there.
Well, you clearly had it tough, but to make sure you're not some spy walking for the enemy, you got your permits?
I don't have anything on me. I came here right after I was pushed out of my home.
Okay. I understand.
I have gold. I will pay. She holds her hand out with some, like, clearly she has some coin in it.
Well, come with me. I got some friends that can give you some help. Let me see. He
Okay.
just, like, clambers back out the hole he dug himself in and just begins to walk back over here.
But there's a road that goes around. Okay. And she kind of, like, follows you through, like, the hole in the brick wall and everything and follows you back through. And while all this is going on, what has Rhea been up to?
So after Rhea spent quite a bit of time doing her hair and admiring her reflection in the mirror because she has a new dress, she decided to go downstairs and ask where she can find the bakery.
Where was the bakery? Hang on. Oh, I thought there actually was an actual bakery. He says the best baked goods come from here at the inn.
Well, I would like to see what you have.
And he yells for his children. You know, one of them, the littlest one, runs off and comes back with a little like cutting board with pastries on it.
Ooh.
You see like what would be like a bear claw. There's like a pastry with like pecans like in the middle of it, and there's all sorts of different stuff.
Do you have cookies?
And then the little boy looks up and he says, "The best," and he runs off again. And he comes back with like another cutting board with like the cookies they make here are very flat and they're very big, so they're like extra large sized pancakes essentially, but they're very thin. And then there's like chocolate chips kind of like pushed in the top, or like what would be chocolate chips in this style, chocolate pieces essentially put on top of them.
How much for a dozen?
He tells you, the man at the counter, the guy who owns the Stonehill Inn, he says 15 copper.
Okay, I will take them.
And they go, he packages them up and they wrap them in like a piece of like paper, I guess you could say. And then they stack them on top of each other. And they're not hard, but they're hard enough to where they won't break. So they're all stacked up on top of each other and they hand them to you, all wrapped up.
Lovely. So my next thing that I will do is I will go outside and see who's around.
And as you walk up, I believe you're going to see Locke standing there with knocking. And then kind of as you walk out through like an alleyway, you see Rogan walking with this very dirty looking woman kind of following close behind him, looking very nervous.
Okay, I will offer everyone a cookie.
Hey, guys, I think we got a contract for today.
And I will say, cookie?
Cookie.
The
I
woman.
could see him taking one of my vials and just like, come on, just a little bit more on this cookie.
He's trying to scrape out whatever is in there. Come on. Just a little more.
So
Oh,
everyone
man.
gets a cookie.
The
and
woman will take
I
one as
will
well.
ask the woman, yes, and I will say, what is your name?
Hi. Oops, I didn't name her. I'm so bad with names.
Generic NPC.
Generic NPC 1. We're gonna call her Eleanor.
Helga.
Eleanor?
She goes by L. She says L.
Oh, that's easy to remember. Okay. Elle, you can have 2. You look like you could use it.
Oh my, thanks so much. Oh, these are from Stonehill Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are delicious. And she grabs one and then like grabs the other one. She just kind of like starts eating them.
If you're ordering seconds, I don't mind. Hey, also, do you have any more of that blueberry stuff?
I just look at him and I don't even understand that it's blueberries just yet. And I'm just like, and I'll take out the red blueberry. And I'll go, last one.
His
And
eyes like daggers point to it. The ultimate berry. Well, it's poisonous, so give it here.
I move my hand up, down, and I'm just watching his eyes move across, and I'm just like, okay, here you go.
Carefully.
What's wrong with him? I will tug at your clothes, Mr. Bird, and say, what's wrong with him?
I gave him poison sauce that he wanted to drink, and I think he's hooked on poison.
And you let him?
He's a dwarf. You can't really argue with him very well.
Hufflepuff!
I will eat a cookie.
So Rogan, you eat the reddish blueberry, and you're looking over at Locke as you eat this blueberry, and suddenly you see this little winged creature that just kind of sitting on his shoulder. He's red. And he looks like he's invisible, but you can see him. And as you look around, you see other opaque beings kind of walking about. Some walking through walls, some following people.
I think I'm dead.
You see a book floating through the air. And it's almost as if it's walking. Like the book is just kind of like floating and turning pages, and almost like spells are going off.
Dead. Oh no! And it curls into the ball.
Max, did I give him like LSD laced blueberry?
You gave him something with your crit fail.
Should we put him to bed?
And it's kind of like that Squidward moment where he's literally doing future.
He's all curled up and freaked out.
Pretty much.
The woman standing there is like, well, clearly I've came by at a bad time. Is he gonna be okay?
No!
Huh?
What do you need?
I just, oh my, I just needed help. She kind of looks over at like Rhea knocking and Locke, and she's like, some large furry creatures just took my home, and I was hoping to get help getting it back. I know the town guard is busy, and she's looking down at Rogan, like not sure what to do.
All right, where's your home?
She kind of describes to you where it is, but it's basically up to the north, into like a small like forest patch that's before the northern forest of Neverwinter.
Okay, how far away is this? Are we talking exactly?
It's about a 3/4 of a day walk. So she essentially walked all night, basically.
Aww.
Well, I'm pretty sure that our party has a horse-drawn carriage, so we could just ride and get there in like a quarter of a day.
That would make sense.
I will ask Elle if she has money.
Oh yeah. She like if she's still looking down at Rogan, like not sure what to do, and she and Rogan, as you're laying there, you open your eyes and you look, and you see like a small little creature, probably about the size of like a coin, just standing there staring at you. It looks like it has 13 arms, and it's just kind of like looking at you, going, just making this weird noise. And Elle answers your question, and she says, well, this is all I have on me. And she holds out her hand, and in her hand she has 5 gold coins and 6 silver coins. And she says, but I have more. I definitely have more, but it's back at my home.
And then I will tell her, keep your money for now. Go and get yourself a room at the inn and something to eat. And you can pay us when we get back.
Okay, and do you think he'll be okay? She points down at Rogan.
I don't know, and right now I'm not sure I care.
She actually chuckles at that a little bit, and she just kind of like, okay. And then she kind of walks off and goes towards the end, eating one of the cookies. You hear her mutter, they really are very nice and interesting people, aren't they? Like she kind of talking to herself.
He like crawls towards.
And then out of nowhere, you hear, and he shows up. Hang on, where's his icon? There he is. Boom! Whoa, that's really large. Hang on. He's not that big. You all see him. He like pops out of like the shrine. As he's standing over Rogan. And he walks up the knocking. And he holds his hand out. As if expecting you to give him something.
And I'll just go, what?
And he insists and he holds his hand out still.
I'll give him a high five.
He looks at you. And he nods. And he jumps on top of Rogan. And he reaches into his bag. And he pulls out a rat.
A white rat?
No. This rat is half blue and half red. And he stands on Rogan. And he shoves the rat in Rogan's mouth. He spits, and spits the rat out. And catches it. And he looks over at Knocking. And he hands you the rat. And he says to you, twice a day. Every day. And then he runs off. And Rogan, the last thing you see is a little creature looking at you going, whoa, 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 whoa. And the creature goes, ah, and then disappears.
What happened?
Rogan, you remember nothing. All you remember is your bath.
Okay. That's poisonous. Whatever you gave me, don't do it. Okay, well, good. Let's move on. Okay, what happened?
I will hand him the rat and be like, you're supposed to take this twice daily.
What for?
Otherwise, you're gonna go and get, trippy again.
Trippy. Ha! Dwarvish constitution. It won't matter. Tosses rat.
The rat looks over at you guys and just kind of like shrugs and then runs off.
Well, we have a job to do and you're gonna be driving, so let's go.
Hey. Wait a moment. I'm gonna get that rat, and he just crawls towards it. Because he's still...
Before we leave, I want to share the rest of my cookies with the next 6 people that I meet. And find out their names.
Alright, you do just that.
No.
Then we leave town. Yeah, you meet Jim, Jack, Johnny, Jose,
Gonzalez.
no, that's not a liquor name. Sky,
Jose is a liquor name.
Jose Cuervo. It's a
I don't
tequila.
know liquor, I guess.
No, I was just trying to think of the first 6 names I can come across. But yes, you meet
How about Bud?
there you go. You meet an
That's
Anheuser,
what I know.
and then a guy who goes by Cool, or Coors rather. And a really fancy gentleman who goes by Michelob.
This is a very interesting town.
No, but realistically, you would, it being the morning, you would start to run into children running around playing. You start seeing parents kind of out sweeping the porches and kind of mulling about, going shopping, things like that. So you would run into, a few children who would probably tell their other friends about your cookies, and they would all go get each other, and you'd end up with a horde of children around you at some point there.
Okay, well, I only had 6 cookies, and they're gone.
Yeah, so the children would, like, as you give one to the kid, like another kid grabs it and it breaks off a piece and runs off, and another kid tackles that kid, and they're all just laughing, and they all end up with little pieces of cookie.
Alright, I'm good with that. I will wave
Birds.
to them as I leave.
Anyway, after recovering the rat and my medicine, I grab the carriage, gather all the supplies that we have, and start to head off.
Locke, completely silent, follows you guys. All right, let me go to the map 1 second. Oh, I forgot to do something on the map. Hang on. Sorry. What do you guys talk about on the ride? So I gotta add one more thing to the map.
Actually, I want to take the rags that I bought, and I want to fasten one onto a bolt, and I'll make 10 of those. Crossbow
So-
bolt.
I got a question, guys. So, this right here, you know what it does? Like,
It keeps
what's the
sane.
problem here? Keeps me sane. So, you saying I wasn't sane?
Do you remember taking my poison that you asked to drink?
Dwarvish people don't get poisoned. Wait, what?
I hold up the 3 empty vials of blueberry.
The crazed look appears in his eye. Oh.
Could you really be
Those.
saying this to him? I don't think that this context ever existed that you heard it before. Not just honestly, words would not occur to you.
I'm just curious what the rat is for.
It is for you to suck on. Suck on?
Well, those vials look pretty cool. Might give me.
And I will pocket the vials, and I'm just like, no. But I reach into my pack, and I will hand him an egg.
Is it still any good?
What? No, it's one of the eggs that
Oh, what have your doctored eggs?
yes, it has just a bunch of broken glass. Powdered glass inside of it.
He grips it.
Should have warned him.
He looks at you for a bit. I want
And,
those vials.
I'll just be like, it blinds.
Okay. And he just pockets it into one of his numerous purse pouches.
While we're walking out here, I want to be on the lookout for any kind of poisonous plants that I can, or at least I think it's poisonous.
Yeah, roll a another survival check. You don't find any
I
more
have a
blueberries, but you find
Rogan is gonna look for blueberries.
random herbs.
I want blueberries. Dang it. Even
Yeah.
worse.
You guys kind of help each other, and you guys find like wild chives. No blueberries though. Random herbs that aren't really used for anything other than like cooking.
So do I find anything poison or knocking? Maybe I've had poison ivy before or something.
With a 12, yeah, we'll say you come across like poison ivy, like the leaves for it, or a plant growing rather.
Okay, I will tell knocking. Hey, I gotten this stuff before and it itches. So this is poison.
I will go over there, put on my gloves, harvest some, and I will begin to process it while we're walking. And I will put it directly into the vial of the, one of the vials that I put blueberry into.
Licks his lips.
He needs the rat. Tell him to suck on the rat.
What are you talking about?
Suck on the
Lick your
goblin's
rat.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
So as you guys kind of head up the road a little bit, up ahead you see two goblins, just not even trying to hide. They're just kind of sitting on the pathway on both sides, just kind of throwing rocks at each other, just kind of like doing stupid goblin things.
I am going to duck behind this rock.
Yeah, this is a large boulder outcropping right here. You can easily hide behind it in the middle there.
Oh yeah, Grogan would probably still be in the carriage.
I'm going to assume my team wants to stay back. Since none of them are moving.
Gotta leave the carriage, so.
Locke mentions
Seeing
that he will keep an eye out on the carriage. He'll watch from the rear.
Seeing that, he's going to get off the carriage, head off. Alright. What we got?
Are you beckoning to us, right?
I will wave them over, and I'll give them a little silent, which kind of doesn't look quite right when a bird puts his finger up to his beak. But I'll point over and I'll whisper to him, 2 goblins, ranged attacks, and we'll take them out.
Then I'm out for a bit. Let you two deal with it. I guess I'm back at that. Takes out.
Okay. Preferences?
Well, probably not a fireball, because that would probably give them alert everyone in the neighborhood. So, what other ranged attacks do you have?
I'll have the ice thing, and then I also have illusion.
Ice would probably be best.
Will slow their progress.
Yep. I'll go for one, you go for the other.
Sounds. Gotta go for the one on the right.
Alright, I have the left.
Who got the weakest back here? Like weakest package. I'll follow up that attack.
Alright, so
I'm guessing going with the left one.
I'm going to be waiting for her to just about be done casting her spell when I go to fire.
My
Okay.
spell's not working.
So Knocking's going left, Rhea's going right. What is Rogan doing?
I'm going left.
Okay. You guys can all roll your attacks.
Since it's sneak surprise, advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Okay. 21 definitely hits, doing 4 damage. 16 hits, doing 7 damage. So the one on the left dies. So the arrow shoots as Rogan kind of throws his javelin. It sails through the air. Arrow hits the goblin. Javelin goes right through the goblin, hitting the dirt next to him. And then goblin just kind of falls over dead. The Ray of Frost, 8 does not hit. So the first kind of like just sails past the goblin, just kind of right past him. Yeah, that was a great sound effect, I know. And at that, we can roll initiative.
All right. Yep.
Oh, that's really cool. They have a new dice thing on here. I never saw this before.
That's all.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's like a whole table, so you just like bring it up and click on whatever you want to roll. That's really cool.
I forgot to click on my token before I rolled.
Okay, well, you get to go last.
I didn't know that fudge was a roll.
I know, right?
Me neither.
I don't know what that means, but... Let me pull up the goblin.
Interesting. So got that basic stuff there. Okay. Natural 20.
Boom. The goblin, upon seeing his compatriot die, sprints. around the corner and into the path, down the path.
Rogon sprints after the creature. Right click. There we go. That's movement. And he's going to action dash. He's going to pick up his javelin and then stare down the path to see the wonderful house. Just barely.
Yep, this is where the house that the woman described was.
He's going to hide behind a tree now.
Okay. Rhea. You're up.
I will follow him.
Perfect. Is that all you want to do?
Can I also see the house?
I mean, looking through the trees at that spot, you can kind of get a glimpse through the tree branches that there is definitely a house over there.
Can't see the goblin by chance?
You wouldn't be able to see him enough in order to get an attack. Or
Okay,
actually,
so
you know
I
what we'll
can't see.
do? You can with disadvantage. I'll let you do it.
I just wanted to see if I knew about where he was.
You could see something moving from right to left through the tree branches, so you can see him moving that way. You know he's
Alright.
going that way, rather.
Alright, well, I will... Let me see if I can... So what I want to do is actually a sound, and I want to mimic a goblin's voice yelling, "Stop." I'm hoping it'll confuse him enough to slow him down.
Okay. You can do that.
That crit.
Wow.
Oh,
I didn't roll anything for
darn it!
there was a disadvantage. I didn't figure that in.
No, well, an attack against him would be because a minor illusion can't attack, so the 25 represents like the skill check in order to make it of a quality, correct? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would take that roll to okay. Yeah. So you sound. I mean, maybe listening to all this time has led you to understand, how to talk like a goblin, but you're using your magic. You stop. You yell it out, and you hear, and you he clearly stopped. He kind of did a power slide, because now he's very
Alright.
confused.
That's my turn.
Knocking. You heard a goblin yell, "Stop."
I am gonna do my movement. And I believe I can get about there. And you said that I should be able to still see him a little bit.
Hang on. Yeah, it would be. Let me see if you're far enough. Yeah, okay. It'd be with disadvantage. But yeah, you can see where he's standing. Are you gonna try to attack?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to do disadvantage. Screw it, I'll just do it twice. 16.
Oh, as long as it rolls twice, you could just take the lower number.
Yeah.
So like the 16 and 24. So yeah, the 16 would be with disadvantage.
Every time we have rolled during the player's turn, there
A
is
9.
a crit.
Yeah, so you shoot, And your arrow maybe even... Damn, push to talk. So you shoot your arrow. And it maybe even clanks off like a branch or two. And it just sails through the branches, and it just hits this goblin. And it strikes it right in the chest, killing it.
Wow.
In that case, I want to go and take a look at this body.
Okay, you do that. The goblin... It looks like it's wearing better of a quality armor than what you've seen before. Not so much better, more armored, but as far as it's not as rusted, it's not as destroyed, it's not as rotted and, gross. It looks as if it's been kind of cared for a little more. The color scheme on the goblin matches pretty closely to what you've been seeing. He carries a scimitar, a hand crossbow, and then a small little sack of coin. You find 18 copper pieces on him.
Okay, I'll pick up the 18 and yeah, I think we can get going after that.
Yeah, we'll be out of combat right now.
Okey-doke.
So, what does this house look like from the outside? How many windows?
It's a
How
log
many
cabin.
doors?
It's a log cabin, and as you kind of approach, you could see into the bedroom in the front of the room. In the middle, you'll see the front door, and then on the south side is a study, where inside, through the windows, you can see a desk.
All right, I'd like to go stealth.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
This stuff.
The only thing that
Just
comes to
imagining this
mind,
bird tiptoeing.
the only thing that comes to
Just
mind
like,
is I'm like a leaf in the wind.
Yell if you need anything.
It's a wood cabin. I should probably stay out here.
You can't go in through there. That's the window.
Oh, sorry, it looks like a door.
Well, I had to leave a hole for the dynamic lighting.
Well, I'm going to keep myself crouched as I'm moving around, hugging this building.
Okay. Try and move like up to like what you're like. What are you trying to do? Like, where are you going?
I just want to peer in through different windows, trying to figure out where the enemy is.
Oh, okay. Well, then go back to the window by the bedroom. And then what is everyone else doing?
Just waiting on knock to yell.
Okay.
Or to gesture or anything.
So looking through the window, you're doing your best to be as stealthy as possible. And as you kind of look through the window there, Jared jumping on the bed is a goblin, and he lands, and he kind of looks out the window, and he sees you, and you hear him go in common, "Oh, a bird! Hi, birdie."
I will make it a normal bird sound, and then I'll duck out of sight.
You hear him go, "Bye, bird. I tell boss about bird." And you hear him, and you hear like the sound of footsteps running on wood.
Well, all he's gonna say is that he saw a big bird.
Yep. So either they're going to be coming out to check, in which case we should move the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. And then we might be able to
Shrink.
lay an ambush before they realize that there's anything going on.
Should we hide in the woods?
Probably.
Someone want to grab the goblin? I volunteer Rogan.
I
Come
second
on,
that
you
volunteering.
dummy. Yeah, come on.
Alright, so you easily pick up this dead goblin.
Let's put him over here.
Okay. Okay.
So at that,
Maybe-
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just thinking out loud. Go ahead.
I was gonna if there's more planning you guys are gonna do. That's what I was asking for. But if not, then we're gonna continue on.
Are we expecting them to come out and check on their goblins? Because I could use illusion to make it look like they're still there.
No, let them see that they're dead. Maybe they'll come investigate. That way there we can jump them at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to get into hiding position to go and snipe them for when they're coming. So that means I'm probably going to be somewhere up here covering myself in foliage and everything.
Foliage.
Rogan just gonna
I
sit
got an 11.
behind this tree since he's small enough for it.
Do goblins see color like humans do?
It's been lost for like a year. That I'm
No,
not
they're
sure of.
rabid creatures. Like
I'm
any
just-
good creature.
I'm picturing Rayo with just a couple of branches and she's acting like a tree.
I'm wearing red, so it's not like I can really hide.
Okay.
All right.
So this is the position you guys get in. What feels like a couple of hours goes by. Insects landing on you, mosquitoes.
I would not last that long. I think it would be 10 minutes, and I'd be like, well, I'm done. Let's go.
Oh, okay. So maybe after 10, 15 minutes, rather, Rhea leaves her perch. So I guess we'll go back to you guys then. Rogan paces
My
all over the damn
character would-
place.
My character would not last that long with bugs. No.
As soon as like one other person gives in, he just can't resist.
I'll help you pick them out after we're done.
Hold on, don't leave your tokens up yet. Where are you guys going? What are you guys doing? I hear Shady through your mic, but I don't know what he's saying.
Okay. What kind of windows are on this place? Are they the type that you can push up from outside since they might not have locks? Or are they just solid glass where you cannot open it, period?
They're framed, so usually one window kind of pushes open to let some air in.
Okay, so we might be able to open it from outside. All right.
Especially since you could hear the goblin say, "Hi, birdie," so easily, it might already be open.
Yep. My thoughts exactly. In that case, we can go in through the window. And we can try to sneak up on them from that way and flank them. What do you think, Rogan? Or are
He
you
had his
starting
rat. You suck your rat.
I need to kill something.
So Rogan, stop right there. Or there.
Just dashes out in the middle.
That's good.
Gets like shot by 30 arrows. Ugh.
Bugbear. I wondered
So-
when they said furry.
As you got to about there, you realize that the window was pushed open even farther than it was before. And as you turn up and look, as you're like, having your moment of needing to kill something, a javelin sails through the window. Does a 16 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 16 strikes you, doing 9 damage. And you hear, "There no bird! It dwarf! We eat it!"
I'm
No,
really handicapped here.
me
I just
eat you.
realized.
But what handicap? What did you say?
Very handicapped. If I use fire, I start the house on fire.
So what? We kill fire.
We kill fire.
Is he in a rage? Or is
No,
he
he's just
eating his rat?
primarily. He's primarily angry, right? His existence is built on frustration.
Okay. You guys all on there this time?
Mm-hmm.
3 of you. Okay, perfect. You hear, "Ah!" and goblins start running out the front door. My cat's currently yelling at me. They stop. And they, oh wait, can they see you guys? Yeah, they can, okay. They both point their, short bows, one at Rhea and one at Knocking. Oh, geez. They hit you both.
I'm gonna put up my
Oh, wait.
shield, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. That, if I can find it on my sheet.
That's the first time you hit me, Max.
Finally. All right. Invisible +5. So what's your AC? 16 then?
I would have to double check that. Question.
It says 11 on your token, but I'm not sure if that's accurate.
11. 11 plus, yeah, it should be. Plus
Okay.
5.
So the attack will still hit you this time, but your AC is a 16. No. You rolled an 18.
Alright. Until my next turn. So, yeah. Alright.
Oh, yeah, wow. And that stops you from taking damage from Magic Missile. That's pretty cool. Yes. So you take 6 damage. Knocking, you take 3. The Bugbear is going to thunder off. Clearly only having 1 javelin.
Hey, I can refill my javelin stock now.
You are now +1 javelin. Rhea, you hear them thundering out the front door as the goblins yelling and running towards you guys.
Can I see them clearly?
Yes.
Alright. Gonna torch them as long as they're outside the building.
Yep, 2 of them are out front currently.
Alrighty. Let's see, what should I use? I think I'm just gonna go with a firebolt for now. Get it to... We'll go for the nearest goblin.
12. A 12 unfortunately does not hit, and your firebolt bounces off the side of the wooden cabin. Kind of going up in a little bit of like an explosion.
Alrighty.
Okay. Knocking.
I will also shoot at the closest one.
An 18 will hit, doing 5 damage.
And then I'll duck out of sight from them.
Okay. Rogan, you pull the javelin out of your body. What do you do?
So I pocket the javelin, and I go and walk up, and I check out something else. And walk up. I'm carrying something between my legs, and I look at the goblin, and he's looking at me, and he's like, "What you staring at?" And I'm holding an egg in the middle of my legs. And it's like, "Don't be staring at my leg," and throws the egg at him.
All right, make an improvised ranged attack.
Okay, D20. +1. 16.
Okay. And we'll say it has a 5-foot radius, so the goblin in front and the goblin behind him will be affected. Why don't we, we'll just call them blinded for now.
Glass shards in the eye. That sucks.
Yeah. So the egg sails through the air, and the goblins, for a second, see it and almost like look at it like, oh, they're throwing an egg. It just kind of like hits the front one, and boom, and it breaks open, sending glass dust and particles sailing over the top of his head and into the next one's eyes as well. And they both, and they grab their eyes and they drop their weapons.
Rogan just shakes his head. Shouldn't have stared at my egg. He walks back.
All right, so 2 of the goblins, incapacitated, they fall to their knees and they start rubbing their eyes, essentially making it worse. A third one comes sprinting out of the door. And he looks at Rogan and he holds his short bow up. And he shoots at
What
him.
you doing with that? Oh yeah, I forgot. Wait, can I use my action? Dang it, I didn't say it.
Wait, what?
I forgot to do rage.
Oh, yep.
And that hits, and it's 4.
And after that, thundering through the front door comes a large bugbear.
Hey, what you doing with that?
Swinging at you with a morning star.
That misses.
He sails it past your chin, and it collides with the side of the building or the house, getting stuck in the wood for a moment. He rips it out of the wood. Rhea, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna blast him with my Ray of Frost.
Uh, 20 definitely hits.
Five cold damage, and its speed should be reduced by 10 feet.
Okay. See, this Ray of Frost hits him, chilling him to the bone. You see like his fur like almost frost over, like where the ray hit him, and it kind of spreads throughout his body a little bit. Knocking. What do you do?
I'll pivot out of my hiding spot, and I will shoot the bugbear. In fact, I think I'll action surge and do it again.
Both hit, so you do 14 damage to this
And then I'll
bugbear.
pivot back.
Okay. Rogan, these arrows and this magic beam strike this bugbear, doing pretty considerable damage.
Okay. My turn. He goes into rage. Bum bum. Then he is ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. reckless great axe, the best, the wondrous great axe of justice. Baba, it's 23 with a 5 plus the. You get 9 damage.
Describe to me how you end this bugbear.
So you see this bugbear, right? Big, furry. Well, there's 2 javelins. And then there's a great axe. And I slam the great axe into his right shoulder, blasting the one behind him with blood, and as he looks on with horror, an arrow that I pluck out from my shoulder, I stab it into the eye of this wonderful bugbear and slam him into the ground. And then 2 more, just for case. That's how you do it. The bugbear. Yep.
The bugbear is dead. He falls to the ground in a heap, motionless. The goblins react.
Shouldn't have stared at my egg.
This one charges forward with his short sword, or scimitar rather, striking at Rogan as his bugbear compatriot falls. A 10 does not hit.
Actually, great weapon. Sorry, the reckless. So that does hit, but it does 1 damage.
Oh, okay, that's right. And after that, he looks over at his bugbear boss and the 2 downed goblins, and he begins to panic. And he attempts to flee.
Where you going? You think you can escape me?
And you can roll an opportunity
Nuh-uh.
attack.
Uh,
13 does not hit.
What
One
is he
second, let me
getting
check.
opportunity?
Oh no, you have
On your
advantage,
turn.
right?
Yeah, on your turn. So sadly, not advantage.
Yeah, so 13.
My armor class is 11. Oh, we're talking about him. Never mind.
Yeah.
The goblin runs up to Rhea and looks up and looks at her with like, "Don't kill me."
Kill him.
Well, he hurt my friends. I'll kill him if I can.
Yeah, you have an opportunity attack if you want. That's why he's like running past. He like looks up at you and sees you and is just, and like he tries to continue to run.
We're going to use fire.
Kill him.
So as this goblin gets up to you, looks upon you, asking for your mercy, you blast him with a firebolt, and you just basically remove his face. So boom! The goblin just goes flying through the air.
And then I will sniff and say, no one hurt my friend.
Rogon, strong! As he just celebrates his victory over the bugbear despite not having the goblin who shot him.
And at that, you guys hear from inside the house a large, like, essentially like a table being flipped.
Uh-oh.
Me opponent? No opponent.
So what is our story about where Locke is right
Yeah,
now?
you guys are
It has
still
some
in.
kind of story.
Oh,
You guys are still in
I
combat.
see him in the window.
Yeah, move back to where you were.
Really?
Oh yeah, I still see him in the window.
Yeah, you guys are still in combat.
Yeah, and those goblins still technically are up and about. They're just blinded.
Yeah. And yeah, Rogan, looking through the window, you see a much larger bugbear crashing through the house. You hear Tazzy gets to like different areas of it's almost as if you guys are watching the house as you can hear him moving through. So you hear a desk flip, a table get thrown, a chair get thrown across the room, and then you hear coo, coo, coo.
Oh, you killed his brother.
I'm gonna kill the other one too.
He gets outside and he immediately steps on both goblins that are blinded, killing them instantly.
Oy.
And he comes outside and he says, why are you guys doing this?
What?
And as he says this, you look at his throat and you see he has he has wounds all over him. He has cuts and scratches and scars. This bugbear is a patch over his right eye as he carries this massive morning star. And you could see that he is his voice is all messed up from a battle he's been in. So his voice is a much higher pitch than the normal bugbear. And like he comes out to like let out this battle roar, and he's like, ah! And he says, "Why have you come?"
You took a woman's house.
We were told we get this area.
Well,
By
that's not our
whom?
problem.
You guys have encroached. You have encroached on what we are rightfully owed.
By whom? Who owes you this?
The Black Spider.
Oh. Alright. We'll see for this.
How about you leave us be? And he looks back at the goblins he killed. You let me be, and I don't kill you.
Looks to Rena.
What?
Rogan looks to Rena. There's a mad look in it. What do you think?
I didn't catch anything of what you just said.
He looked over at you and then asked, "What do you think?"
What, you think we should just let him have the house?
He killed 2 goblins by stepping on them.
So what you're saying is you're scared.
No. I'm saying,
As you're raging.
should you?
Should I what?
I'm asking, do you still want this?
I don't
And
get
about-
why you're asking me though.
Okay, too much time.
So at that, Rhea, it is your turn to act.
Alright. I will hit him with a ray of frost.
A 20 will hit him, doing 5 damage.
It's always 5 damage.
Oh my gosh, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
So same thing, your spell flies through the air, striking the bugbear in his forearm, frosting over his furriness.
Slows him down.
He goes, "Ow!" Knocking, you're up.
I'll pivot from my position.
And
I will try to
astonishingly,
shoot-
real quick, based on the sound of his voice, you turn the corner and you see, expecting to see something different, you see a much larger, powerful looking bugbear than previously fought.
I blink for a moment and then I fire.
With a hesitation, like, wait, what? What is that?
I want to go after his knee.
Okay.
Is that a shot with disadvantage? Since I called it.
Well, you can... Your attack can hit him in the knee with 8 damage. So the arrow sails through the air and it does hit him right in the leg. But it doesn't do enough damage to, bring him down, I guess you could say. So the attack hits his knee kind of just above his kneecap, and it just kind of sticks in through his tough hide, I guess you could say.
All right, I won't even bother pivoting. I'm just gonna sit there, reloading.
Okay. Rogan.
He's going to down a healing potion. 2d4.
Yes. 2d4 plus 2?
I think so.
Yeah.
8. I'm always good with those. And he steps up. Okay, let's toss it.
Okay. The goblins are dead. It's the bugbear. He lifts his morning star. And he says, I warn you. So he swings at you. Whack! Swings at you again.
The first
Whack!
one hits, the second one misses.
Oh, second one, he swings at you and whoosh, just kind of waves past your face.
6 damage. Eat. Okay.
And Rhea, you're up. Your last ray of frost been successful. How do you respond?
Yeah. See how I respond here. I am going to see what this does. Ooh. Well, I'm going to use this one because I like the look of it. I'm going to use Scorching Ray, which is 3 rays of fire. I can hurl them at one target if I'd like. I have to make a ranged spell attack for each ray. Alright, let's do it.
Let's do this!
Apparently does it automatically for me.
Okay.
I don't think any of those hit.
Yeah, 9
Oh,
unfortunately
there's no-
Damage.
does not hit.
That's just damage.
That's damage.
11, 7,
Yeah,
5.
I know, but
so
9.
Well, the
Yeah,
9
one
was
more
his
time.
attack.
Yeah, that's 1. She needs to roll 3, doesn't she?
Every attack's a spell
Oh.
attack.
Different range attack.
Apparently. Okay, let's try again.
So roll, or just click it 3 more times.
So the 11 damage sadly fails. 7 and 5.
Yeah, so 8 hit misses. One more.
One more try.
Come on.
Come on. Third time's a charm.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
Really?
Ooh.
Well, apparently I hit
Rogan.
myself.
So you go to cast that third ray, and your beautiful hair, that was all done this morning, and it was so perfect. And you go to cast it, and you accidentally singe like the bottom part of like your hair,
This means war.
keeping it making it uneven.
Bum-bum.
By the gods, a travesty has occurred.
This cannot
This day is terrible. Knocking
worst day ever.
Knocking as Rhea singes her hairstyle and she almost goes into hysteric panic of anger and disappointment. What do you do?
I kind of just shake my head and get myself back into the game. And I'm going to fire.
Ah,
An 18
so no-
will hit. Doing 9
9.
damage, rather.
9 damage.
Arrow sails through the air and it sticks into the bugbear. Hitting his knee again, he falls down to one knee and he muscles his way back up again.
And I'm just there reloading again, just like, do.
Rogan, you're up.
You know what they say about people like you. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Darn it.
And as you say that, you swing and you hit him in the hip with your great axe. Only you hit like the thick leather hide that he's wearing. And he just goes, huh, Like that's gonna do anything.
Slish part of his robe undone.
He just
Oh,
looks
no.
down. He just looks down. He's just
Oh
like,
no!
take it all
Why
in.
is it so long?
The bugbear responds accordingly.
Growth hormone. It's. Oh, look at. Whoa! Look at that, Max.
Oof.
Look at that. 18 damage. It's 9 now.
They're 18 total.
Okay. I am now severely hurt.
So Rogan, you take a morning star to the side of the face. Your dwarven bones taking the brunt of the blow. You're fine. The morning star comes down on the top of your head, just colliding with any if you're wearing a helmet or not, I'm not sure, but colliding with the top of your head. Ears start ringing and your vision grows cross, and you see 2 large bugbear in front of you, and you focus up as blood begins to pour from your mouth and your joints begin to feel weak. Your rage is the only thing keeping you going.
Oh, it is.
Rhea, you see Rogan getting obliterated by this bugbear.
27 damage.
Yeah. I'm just gonna firebolt it, I guess. At least I hit.
Yeah, 19 hits him, doing 4 damage. So you light him up a little bit. He goes, ah! You're next! Doing 4 damage. It hits him. I mean, the bugbear kind of, for the first time...
I care? You've already ruined my hair.
he says, I will shave the whole side of your head, woman! And he just he stumbles though, taking this 4 damage. He kind of like stumbles a little bit, and he lands on that weakened knee with the 2 arrows, and he falls down to 1 knee. Clearly, this bugbear has taken enough damage to cause him to begin to lose his footing.
Where's she hitting him with her fire?
I pictured it hitting like his chest and arm or shoulder because he's kind of sideways to her.
Probably chest, the biggest target.
Yeah. So there's enough force to kind of like, he kind of like steps back a little bit, and the weak knee from the arrows.
Okay, I want to place a bolt right where she's been shooting. So next time that she actually hits right there, she'll ignite my bolt.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, your arrow sails through the air and it strikes the bugbear, but it lands into his shoulder pads that covers like his the right side of his chest. I'm sorry, left side, because where his heart would be. So boom, the arrow sticks in there, doing no damage to him. You kind of like, he breaks it off, like he just kind of like, and he reaches down and knocks it off his armor. Rogan, with your world around you beginning to go white and black and blueberry, how do you respond?
My fanaticism for death has come. He throws down his great axe, pulls out his maul, reckless. Only the maul will take me home.
Your 16 and fortune does not hit as you collide. He kind of like deflects your blow on accident. Just kind of, ooh.
Country road.
The bugbear looks down on you, and he takes his huge foot. He tries to shove you over into the dirt. So he just kicks you right in the chest. Ooh, that was not the roll I expected.
He trips.
Well, he rolled a 7, yeah. So he goes to
That
kick
bum
you.
knee of his.
And you're,
it's a strength save.
yeah, the bum knee basically. Yeah, oh, you're good, but that's fine. The save was fine. So yeah, you collide with him. You're able to keep your wits about you enough to hold yourself up as he attempted to knock you prone. Rhea, you're up.
Sure. Let's see. Well, I think I'm gonna do what I've been doing because it seems to work better than when I try to do an actual spell. Yay, that should help. That should hit.
Yeah, an 18 does hit, doing 9 damage.
Ooh, 9. Yay.
So same thing, he collides with him, he loses his footing. He begins to fall back, and at this point, both the bugbear and Rogan look like they're about to embrace death with each other. They both look very beat up.
Kill him.
Knocking.
What'd you say? Okay.
Okay. Time to take him out. I'll aim for his head.
Here's him.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh.
15.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm just
Damn.
whistling to myself, just doo-doo-doo.
And the bugbear, almost while falling over, Rogan kind of losing his footing, holding his maul at his side, trying to muscle his strength. The bugbear lifts up his morning star to swing, and then just an arrow, just almost as if, like, you know the comedy arrows you put on, like, the fake arrow hat? It looks like an arrow went through your head. So just cool. Yeah. Into his head just kind of like keels to the left a little bit. And he still wants to swing his morning star at Rogan, and
and Rogan with it.
And Rogan holding his maul to like swing back too, and the bugbear just falls. Oh, he's already dead anyway. So we'll still let you do that.
He's totally like
the bugbear is falling over dead, and Rogan, you swing with your maul and you just collide into him, and the bugbear hits the ground in a heap of dust. Crashes into the ground.
It's kind of like a nail, almost. Like the arrow.
Okay, I want to search this big bugbear, see if I can't find any clues about the black spider.
Shouldn't we make sure Rogan doesn't die first?
I don't have a white rat on me, though.
Well, I don't have a potion, does he?
I do, but I ain't gonna do anything long term.
I only have 3 health potions on me.
I haven't got any. Or I would give them to him.
Rogan, you want a health potion?
Yeah, I can refill some of my stuff.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll hand him a health potion.
Okay.
But yeah, I do want to search this bugbear.
Yeah, as you go through the bugbear, you realize that in his pocket, he has 118 gold pieces, like this little silk bag of 118 gold pieces, 52 silver pieces. There is what would it be? It would be like it's like a wedding ring for a man, and it's like iron. It's got like little carvings and designs all around it. It's clearly like smithed out to look wonderful, even though it's made of metal, like some sort of metal, iron or steel or something. You also find a large ruby in this bag.
Okay. I'll take out the ruby and I'll hand it to the dwarf because out of all of us, he'll probably be the one that wants it.
Yep.
The gold, on the other hand, I want to make sure that it's not from the actual house itself. I'd feel a little bit bad if we stole from the woman.
Rubies. Okay, time to check the others. Let's do the other bugbear.
The other bugbear only had a handful of like inexpensive jewelry on him. It's like maybe 3 gold pieces worth of assorted metal jewelry and kind of fake diamonds and things like that.
Got a cross.
What?
Got a cross in those?
Yes.
Taking that. And that's it though.
So moving through the house, you see that the house was essentially destroyed by that bugbear. Like the table that's sitting there is actually flipped over on its side. The rugs are all messed up and strewn about. There's supposed to be couches in there, but I couldn't find a token for them. Here, we'll just couches with a table. Okay. But other than that, it's just the basic standard home of clearly that woman who told you about her issue with the goblins invading.
I'd like to see what's going on with this desk. Perception. Anything fun on this desk?
There's some paperwork. Some of it's stamped with like the lordship, like letters and things like that. But it looks like, despite the fact the desk been violently slid out of the way, the stuff that's on the ground, this whole room is actually rather dusty. There doesn't almost look like there's really been anybody in here. So much so that the door that applies to the entrance of this little study area, and if you look under the ground, other than the footprints of like the goblins and stuff that have been in here, you can see where the door was pushed open, kind of like pushing the dust along with it. But otherwise, there isn't too much in there. Dry like an ink container sits there, but the ink is all dried out. And then there's just paperwork and stuff strewn about.
Weird. This doesn't feel like a living home.
What else are you perceiving?
I just wanted to see if I can find any clues about the black spider.
Everything in there looks as if it's part of a normal home. You don't see anything that indicates that the home itself, other than the goblins that were in there, were a problem.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go. After we go and loot all of the bodies, of course.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Check the goblins here.
Well, the goblins, you don't find anything other than their armor and their old scimitar and short bow.
Well, they ain't good. Okay. Only the big one, guess, had stuff on them.
Yep. Take that bag of all that stuff and might as well take off.
Do you think there's a good hairstylist in town?
There are probably hairstylists.
That's what I said.
I put my hand to my feathers and I go, I don't know.
For the first time that you guys have noticed, Rhea is not in a good mood. She's
Worried about
pouting.
your hair?
Have you seen it? Don't look at me, I'm hideous.
Odd. Hey, Locke. We're done for the day.
Could have really used your help.
He just grumbles and he's like, I'm sorry, we had severe issues with the carriage that I needed to get fixed. It appears as though the horses need to be fed. The, as you could say, battery of the
You're
carriage.
Worried about feeding horses.
The battery of the carriage was not functioning appropriately, which was the horse. And I needed to feed them and get them up to par and get them working.
Damn it, Ringo.
Sometimes you got oil on. Take him out to
I
the
apologize.
a bit.
I sent Jack to help, did he not?
No.
Jack attack.
Not that I could tell. Maybe.
Anyways, on the way back, we'll divide up all of the gold and silver and everything.
Woohoo.
So I got a question for you guys. What do you think about that woman? Could she be the Black Widow? That'd be funny. That'd be honestly funny.
I mean, it could happen. How much gold do we get? It was
Next, can
118.
you... Oh, 118 was the amount?
That was how much gold, but also copper along the way or something.
Are we giving any to the party member who stayed back?
What about the goblin?
What about the goblin?
Doesn't he always get some?
True.
Out of the corner of your eye, you think you see him, and then you look. He's not there.
Anyways,
On the pathway back to Phandelver, you see a little sign. It has a picture of a gold coin drawn on it. And on the bottom underneath the sign is a little hat with an arrow pointing into it.
Okay.
It's a toll. No. It's an offering.
Yup. Okay, so we'll divide it up by, what, 4 or 5? Does Luck get a share?
No.
Well, then we're
But
dividing
the batteries!
Put his money into the party inventory.
Alright, we'll divide it up by
Okay.
5. So 118 gold, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So
How much silver was there, Max? Like 35?
Yes.
And then there was at least 12 copper from that one dead one. Did any of the others have copper?
No.
No, I think it was just the one. So we each get 23 gold. You said how much copper?
35. So that's just...
So 7.
mhm.
And what was the copper again?
12.
If you don't want like, we'll just say, like the odd numbers, like we'll have 3 leftover gold. We'll just put it into the inventory.
Yeah.
2 coppers. We'll put it in the inventory as well.
So we throw 23 gold, 7 silver, and 2 copper into the hat.
Somewhere in the distance you hear... And that's it. And as you look away to the distance, you look back, and the hat is gone. And on your lap sits 2 white rats with a red cross painted on them.
I will pocket the rats.
Okay.
What?
I've updated the
No, you
my bad.
won't. I need one in my mouth because I have taken damage.
Okay, she wants to suck on a rat.
I must have
Okay.
on a rat. Or whatever the rat wants to do in order to fix me.
The rat crawls up to you, Rhea. It looks at you, like sternly. And it crawls up on your shoulder, and it goes to, like the burnt hair. And it kind of like you hear tiny little like knuckle cracks, like on its hands. And you feel like combing your hair, and combing and combing, and kind of like, and it goes into your hair and kind of crawls around. And it looks at you, and it just jumps in your mouth, and it just like, it's very unpleasant. And then it just pops out, and it's now the color of a normal rat. And it looks at you, and it gives you a thumbs up and scurries off into the woods. And you can roll 2d4 plus 2, right, for the healing potion. And your hair has grown back, although it is a different color. That part of your
What?
hair that grew back is a vivid blue.
What?
I'll grab the other rat and I'll look him sternly in the eye. You know what needs to be done. Bottoms up.
And you just swallow the rat whole, gulp. Then like it was scurrying away from you, but like it just you just like eat it, like the whole rat on accident. And you could you could definitely roll. You also can roll a 2d4 plus 2.
I wonder which way it's gonna crawl out.
Hopefully it'll be smart enough to go up.
The store for damage.
He needs a good cleaning out.
So now I have blue hair.
The part that grew back that singed off, yep, it's blue.
Okay. I'm a hipster.
Yeah. You are.
I guess it's
Wonderful
better
day.
than having singed hair.
Plinky plonk and plinky plonk.
Well, it was your mission. You got to talk to her.
Oh
Who's
yeah, where's
mission?
she? Oh yeah, she's the hen.
Okay.
Yeah, you head back into town. Let's see, it's now what, like dinner time, like early evening. I mean, a quarter of a day fight back. About dinner time.
Sounds good.
The smell of cooking and essentially fires, cooking meat and food all over the town at the same time kind of fills your nostrils as you get closer and closer to the town, especially as you get in it.
Smells wonderful. Where's that lady?
I told her
Hey!
to go to the inn, so maybe she's at the inn.
Mm-hmm. I forgot his name.
Yeah, you find her easily in the inn.
Hey, your place is cleaned up, but
Well, it's
got
not
a
really
question.
clean.
Hey, cleaned up, considering her.
I thought
Recent.
about it, but yeah.
Words, my favorite. Okay, so yeah, we cleaned up. We need to go. Did we already get payment? Hey, Bird, did we get payment?
No. You
Okay,
told
we
me
need
to-
payment.
What? What are we talking about?
Yeah, Max, I see that little cloud. What
No,
did
ignore
you
that.
do?
I'm just decorating the map a little bit with like fireplaces and stuff.
Okay.
Anyways, I think that she needs to pay us at least 1 gold, because otherwise people are just going to ask us for favors for free.
Yep.
I agree.
So she, you go up to her and she says, "Oh my goodness, oh, you guys look like you got beat up."
You're some big dumb bear.
Yeah, he was quite large, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So, I'll have to get back to my home at once. I have my. I hope they didn't find my bag of money. It's been hard making money these days, but I should have some more money I can give you guys to pay you beyond what I have here in my hand. And she kind of like hands you guys what's left of the money she had earlier. She only has a gold and a few silver left.
Mm.
Tell you what. I don't need a gold. Just tell me where I can get my hair cut.
Oh, but the blue looks quite wonderful. How did you do that?
I will just try to not show my irritation, which I don't do very well. Open book, and I'll say thank you. but it was unintentional, I assure you.
She kind of like, oh, okay. She kind of like nods and she suggests talking to Sister Gariel, and she has heard that she does do hair.
All right, I will be leaving right now. You guys
Fair
can
enough.
decide what you want with yours.
I just thought that she needed to pay us 1 gold period, not 1 gold per.
Well, she gives you guys the rest of the money in her pocket. That's basically what she's doing.
I'll give her back her silver.
Mhm.
We'll just take the 1 gold.
We'll put that in the main pot.
Yeah.
By the way, I got a question for you. What's your relation with the Black Widow?
Not familiar.
Black spider, isn't it?
Black Spider.
Oh, I've heard that. Aren't they the ones that related to the ruffians?
Well, now this person who was trying to rob your house from you, be sure to make sure that you're not enemies with it, so we don't have to come save your house again. Anyway, have a good day.
Okay, you know, living out in the woods, and it's been years now since my husband passed away. I'll do my best to board up the windows.
Okay, my dog just went wild.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Hey, coyotes. Okay. Oh, crap. Man, my animals are going wild right now. Yeah. I can hear cats going crazy. Yeah.
Meow.
Gosh. Okay, I think it's fine now. Okay, we're good. What is it doing? Oh yeah, where's that blueberry stuff?
You don't even remember that. Why are you asking for it?
I need some more.
Somewhere deep down inside, he's a craving. He's not sure what it's for.
Suck on your rat. Suck on your rat.
Oh, hey, bartender, I need some blueberry.
Blueberry whiskey.
Hit me with that blueberry whiskey. 2 shots. He looks at you and he's like, I don't have anything of that flavor. Hang on.
Maybe wine?
Yeah, he comes back with wine, a bottle of wine. He says, this is made of, well, somewhere over the ocean. I'm not sure what fruit, but it's wine. And he sets the bottle down.
How much?
It'll be a
If
gold.
it's poisoned.
It'll be a gold for the whole
Taste it.
bottle.
1 copper. What was it?
1 gold for the whole bottle, he says. It's foreign, you see.
1 gold. Bottoms up. Oh yeah. This doesn't taste right. I need some more. Give me another.
Hold on. He goes in the back and he comes out with 2 more bottles. This is all we have left. I hope it's what you need. He starts looking at everybody else who's they're knocking and lock.
Well, get some blueberries when you come back. And it's like gonna stum upstairs.
Are you gonna be eating this evening?
he's already gone.
Okay. He looks at knocking and he's like, "We have food. Are you hungry?"
Aye.
All right then. He just kind of like sets a plate of food. It's like a vegetarian dish this time, though. It's like cooked carrots and steamed, like not steamed, but essentially it's a bunch of cooked vegetables and like some like rice, or what would be rice. I don't know if rice exists. Something like rice, I guess. And it's just all seasoned, and you just kind of like slides it in front of you, not knowing what means.
You said I.
Oh, okay. I just heard
You said I like a pirate. I.
All right, and Rhea, you go over to Sister Gabrielle's home, and she's out front, kind of like trimming her bushes and her flowers and stuff like that are planted around her house.
I will run up to her and say, "Save me, please."
She looks over and she goes, "Oh, hello. Oh my, what happened? You look okay. Come on." She just kind of like ushers you right into her house.
I will pay you anything.
Oh no worries. Let's get you inside before somebody sees you. She's just like, and she just immediately begins, I don't know, whatever hairstyle I guess you want her to do. She has scissors, and she wants to wash her hair first, and she has like a big like tub of water or whatever, and whatever. Yeah, she does hair things.
Okay. I just need the blue gone.
Well, we're gonna have to cut both sides to make it even, unless you want to
Indeed.
brush it all to one side. But then you're a tiefling, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have horns?
Yes.
Okay, then she says, but then, everything on one side will show.
No. Needs to be even on both sides.
Okay, that I can do.
Just don't want to go short. I don't want to be a boy.
And she cuts little bits at a time to make sure she doesn't cut it too short.
Okay. I'm sure she'll do fine. I just need a trim.
Yeah, so she does that, and she trims it just enough till all the blue is missing.
All right. When she's done, I will hug her. And I will force 5 gold upon her.
and as you're forcing it through, she's like, no, you're part of, oh my god, I forgot their name. Because you joined her like group or whatever. I forgot the name of their.
Oh, yes. Forgot the name too, but I still have the.
She gave you like a badge or whatever, right? Yeah. So she's like, no, you're one of, and like you force the gold on her, and like if you just leave it somewhere in her home, she doesn't throw it at you or anything. So like eventually you just kind of set it down. I'm sure she kind of forces you to set it down, and she goes, a donation then as you leave, kind of thing.
Yes, a donation. And I feel so much better, and I will go and eat with my friends. But I will not be happy with the vegetarian option.
Do you say this, or just kind of you eat without complaining?
I will wrinkle my nose, but I will eat it.
They bring you like there's a lot of it. Like there's like a lot of food on these plates.
Okay.
We had a good
I will
harvest.
I will ask for more cookies to go with them, and that would make me happy.
Absolutely. The kids run off again to grab the cookies and the food and stuff like that. And yeah, you're able to eat as much as you can, and it's not that expensive. It's only like 10 copper pieces per plate of food.
Okay. I'm sure the bird doesn't mind it. They eat seed all the time.
That's what I hear as well.
I will say that under my breath, so that he can hear me.
One of the kids actually go up to you, Rhea, and they're like, "Why are you friends with a big bird? Is he your pet?"
Feathers.
I like his feathers too. Is he your pet though? I hear some of them talk.
No. He does talk.
Yeah, but he always sounds like other people.
will say, knocking, why do you always sound like other people? Because she has no idea.
Knocking will put his finger to his beak and tap it a few times, trying to come up with a good explanation that he can actually put down. A blank piece of paper can only say what is written upon it.
I will look at the child and I will say, I have no idea.
Yeah. The kid just stares at you. The kid just goes, so he's a blank piece of paper?
I think that's even more confused than I was before.
And the kid's just staring at Knocking and you, Rhea, and the kid just goes, you guys are funny. And then the kid just kind of runs off.
Still better than the gruel they serve back at home. Gotta love military food.
Better than what I got back home too, which was nothing.
Yeah, you probably have more money now than you've ever had.
I had never seen a gold piece before I met you guys.
And then we just give it to goblins.
One goblin.
The best goblin.
But she didn't know that at the time. Then again, she didn't know much about goblins.
Well, after I get done eating my food, is there anything entertaining going on down here, Max?
Actually, this evening, there is no music playing. Today is a day of quiet and relaxation. There's actually not even that many people within like the tavern area of the inn. There's like a one or two
Nice
kind of sitting in there
benches.
eating and kind of mulling about, but otherwise the inn is relatively quiet.
Otherwise, if you were to go past my room, roll a perception check.
Oh my god.
Against my better judgment, as I head up to my room,
You hear like this
And
Knocking just goes, well, at least somebody's enjoying himself. As he keeps walking past.
and then you would hear and it was like eventually this high pitched like all sorts of like havoc starts to happen in his room.
I go to reach for the doorknob, and then as my hand gets close to it, I pause, and I'm just like, no, that'd be awkward. And I think I'll actually walk back downstairs to Rhea.
Rogan, the room around you spins wildly out of control. You see like the bed flings through the air, the dressers, the tables, the dirt on the ground all lifts up in the air and starts vividly flipping around you into a blur to where you're essentially seeing rainbow colors, and then you see nothing. But you hear this sound of like this spinning, like or something, everything's spinning around you. And you hear a voice echo above all others, and it goes, "Yes, my son, what do you require?"
Fury. I require blueberry fury.
You seek a power that you do not understand.
But I seek it with fury.
The blueberries are not yours to command. Relinquish them. Or perish.
No. But
You must.
No.
You must. And then like he starts yelling. And all of a sudden you just hear this loud thud. And it was you falling off the bed onto the ground. And you're just staring at the ceiling. And everything around you is normal.
I don't have a problem. I don't. Where's the other one? I need another.
I never realized blueberries were so poisonous.
Well, he did just try to inject
Oh,
them
man,
directly
you-
into his bloodstream.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know.
think
I'm
that's
just
very smart.
trying to think of what could happen if you do something so ridiculous
Plus, we
with
know
a
he's
bottle of wine.
susceptible- We also know he's susceptible to the placebo effect
Yeah.
to a very vast degree.
And this is some weird wine from overseas, so I guess you never know what's going to happen.
Okay, where's
I don't know.
the other one? I'm going back in.
He's gonna kill himself,
I
man.
will.
Oh, Rogan, roll a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Rogan, your thoughts
You die of an overdose.
are just absolutely everywhere. And then everything just goes black as Rogan falls into a coma.
Good.
A coma.
That's how I wanted it.
For now. He falls into a coma.
A coma. We're never
shit.
gonna know.
It's a sugar coma, guys.
Just keep telling yourself that.
It's a sugar coma.
All right. And we usually end about 10 o'clock. And, well, 10 o'clock my time, 3 hours. And we started a little bit late, but Z also couldn't make it. So I really don't want you guys to go to Thunder Tree without him because of it's like the next part of the plot.
Right.
Because going 3 people over there just won't be as fun. All 4 of you guys are kind of what's needed to make that a thing. So I think we're going to end the session here unless there's any more perusing or things you guys want to do around town.
I've now discovered something else about my character, Brogan. He is highly susceptible to addiction.
And the placebo
no
effect.
kidding.
You never would have thought it, would you guys, right?
I would actually like to go and buy some potions.
Okay. Yeah, Barthen's Provisions sells them. They currently have 3 of them in stock.
Okay. They have healing potions.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me see how much they are. Hang on. Potions. Come on. Load. Okay. Of all the things D&D Beyond has on, it doesn't have healing potions on it?
Maybe it's called a health potion.
What the hell? I have an advertisement for a yodeling pickle from Amazon.
What?
Yeah.
A
You got-
yodeling pickle.
Here, hang on. Oh, never mind. I cleared it. Oops. Okay, I want to say they were like 4 gold a piece, I think.
All right.
Hang on.
I'll pay it.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just go with that for now. If it's too much, if it's too little, then we'll say they're on sale. If it's too much gold, when I figure out the price, we'll say that I'll make them more powerful than normal. So either way, I'll find a way to make up for it.
Sounds good. Or maybe Rhea just doesn't question.
Oh, that would also work. So yeah, he just tells you the price, and yeah, there you go. You buy all 3 of them.
Exactly. All right. I now have healing potion that I will probably never use for myself, but whatever.
A way to save your friends.
Yes. I don't want, even though he's a drug addict, I still don't want Rogan to die. I will thank Barthen and I will go to bed because after that terrifying scare, I'm very tired.
Very well. And at that, we will then end the session. So if you guys like to say goodbye to the stream, I will end it, and we will call it a successful session 8.
Goodbye, stream.
Yeah. See
See
you
ya,
guys.
stream.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming to hang out. We'll see you guys all in the next one.
This has been